This is my update video for March, guys, and there's a lot of things I want to talk about, so I'm going to go through it kind of fast in this video. The first thing I want to talk about is the 2.0. A lot of guys are throwing questions out there about the 2.0, the one that was put out there by Direct Sports. I purchased one of these bats, and I only bought one. I got it in last week, and we started hitting it yesterday, and you'll see the video right here this afternoon, because this video is going out on Friday morning. The video on the 2.0 is going out Friday afternoon, so you'll be able to see it right after this video. And just to let you guys know in the video what I think about it. And this is the bat right here that I did, and these are all actually the numbers on the bat. I weigh all my shit, all my numbers that are on here. I put them on every bat that I do a review on, and that's the bat right there. So that video will be out this afternoon. Another thing too is I've already finished up the video on the Hyper Z, the 2-piece Hyper Z. You'll be surprised on where I'm going to put this bat. I like this bat. There's certain things about the bat I don't like. The handle flex is one. I wish it had a little bit more, but it's actually flexing a lot better than the Hyper Z of last year and year before. This is actually the best Hyper Z that I've actually swung from TPS. I think it has a lot to do with Jeff Hall being over there and putting his 2 cents in worth on how they build their bats. And talking about the TPS, I just got this in a couple of days ago, and we actually did a Facebook Live on it. And I'm actually going to start doing a lot more Facebook Live videos. And I'm thinking about, I'll talk about this in a minute whenever I get to the Dudleys, what I'm going to talk about. But we did a Facebook Live video on this bat the other day. I actually called it the Hyper H. Well, I was informed by Mr. Dennis Turner that it's not the Hyper H, it's the Hyper Z1, which I actually, because I only have one eye, you know, I thought that was the Hyper H. But I like this bat too. Ball flies off this bat like real quick. In other words, it doesn't take a lot of swings to actually get this bat going. We're gonna start doing this video probably next week, maybe a week after, because I got some stuff coming out. This video will be out in the middle of the week. I've already finished this. I'm gonna tell you guys what I think about it. I like that bat. But will it make, you know, my top 10 or my top 5? You guys are going to have to wait for the video. The reason I say that March is going to be a busy month, we got a tournament this weekend, next couple of days that I'm going to go to, our first tournament of the year. I'm going to have video out of that tournament. And I was talking to, I'm going to be there all day on Saturday and maybe a little bit on Sunday, so I won't be doing any kind of reviews there. Starting next Monday, it all depends on the weather. Kind of give you guys a rundown on how I do my reviews, and I've always done this way. I do not take, like, especially this time of year, it's hard for me to do reviews, and I know you guys are waiting on a bunch of shit. It's just hard for me to do them because I do not swing bats. I do not hit balls in at least 65, 70-degree weather for a long period of time. So if it's 30, 40 degrees outside and also next day it's 70, I don't take my shit out there and start hitting it, because the bats are cold, especially when it's sitting in your trunk or your back of your car. They're cold from sitting in there overnight. If they're in their garage, they're cold from sitting in there, and you're taking them out and start hitting them. Not saying you guys are doing this. I'm just saying this is what I do whenever I go hit. Give you an example. Yesterday we hit. It was 60, 68, 70 degrees. Bats were, you know, hot, not hot, but they were not cold. And it had been 60, the day before it was like 78, the day before it was 80. So 3 days, at least low 70s, 80s, or high 60-degree weather. Then today, it's 50. So I'm very careful on when I hit, because I don't want to crack a bunch of shit, because if I guarantee if I go out in 50, 55, 60-degree weather, I'm going to crack some shits. Not necessarily because of the bats, mainly because of the balls too. They're very hard. So, and plus, if you're hitting in the mornings here in Texas, you guys know this if you're from Texas, you guys know this, that there's dew on the ground in the morning. So once you start hitting, that dew gets on that ball gets... actually, that ball gets ruined, in my opinion. You need to dump it, just get rid of it, because it actually gets watered on it, gets waterlogged. You take it, you dry it out. Even though you dry it out, it still gets harder. It gets that heavy feeling to it. So I chunk balls if I get them. I don't like hitting in the mornings when there's dew. So that's just the procedure that we actually go through to actually get a good review out of a lot of these bats. Now, I want to talk about the Dudleys. If you guys remember in that final video that I did, I said I was going to do a redo video on the Dudleys coming in the end of February. Well, here it is at the end of February. I'm doing a redo video on the Dudleys. I've actually pulled them all from my YouTube channel. I shut them down. There is a lot of people out there that have cracked these bats. Now, I say a lot, but I really don't know the numbers on what Dudley. They never tell me, and I really don't talk to them a lot, but I don't know how many the Dudley's Hot W's they actually made. You always have a 10% of your breakage whenever you have bats that are not good, that actually people get out there and they'll crack them and they'll say, oh, it's a piece of shit. Well, that's not really true, because every manufacturer out there has a 10% breakage. Doesn't matter what it is. It's usually around 10%. And I call bats, after doing bats for this long period of times, I think bats is around 10%. So 10% of what number? How many guys out there have cracked their shit? How many bats have been produced are out in production, been sold? 5,000 and 10% of 5,000. Is that many cracked bats out there? I after doing research on the internet, there's some people that crack their bats, and then Dudley's honor, and from what I hear, I haven't sent one back because I haven't. At the beginning, I cracked 1 out of 9. A lot of you guys were asking me, out of the 9 bats that I did reviews on, how many did I crack? I cracked 1, and that was within 50 swings. But a lot of you guys are saying that Dudley's honoring the return. You guys are returning them back, and you're getting more bats in. But performance-wise, I don't think a lot of people are out there having trouble with the performance. A lot of you guys are saying the bat actually performs. Oh, I'm getting way too much into this. So what I did was I pulled all the videos. Guys, just quit calling me or texting me and asking me what is my thoughts. I don't know. I'm just going to redo the video. I don't know what Dudley did. I'm not in contact with Dudley all the time. They don't tell me shit. Nobody tells me shit, and I'd be the last guy you would fucking tell. So here's what I did. I got 3 of these, actually. I got a 25 and 2 27s. These are both the 27s. The bottom one is from Robbie Clark. I actually got that from him. I won it in a bat raffle, and that's his. He actually got my shit within 2 days to me, actually a day and a half. He got my stuff. That's the 27-ounce, 14-inch barrel. This is a 27-ounce, 12-inch barrel. I don't know what the hell to call that. And then I've got another 14, 25. We are going to start heating this bat. That is the first thing I'm going to put out. The TPS is going to have to wait. The white TPS, the Hyper Z1. That's going to have to wait, because everybody's asking me questions about the Dudley, because I did put that at number 1 and number 3 on my list. So I've got these bats in that I got from reps here in the United States, and I'm going to start hitting them. So these are bats not from Dudley. These are bats from the reps, and I'm going to start hitting them, and I'm going to take them to D-bat. I'm going to make sure the bats, the balls are in the house. I used to do all this. This is stuff I'm just telling you I do. The bats will be in the house, and then we're going to hit at D-bat around 12, because that's when they open up. So, and it's usually 75, 70 degrees in there. And I'm going to let you guys do a little quick video on those and see how many swings we get on one. What we're going to do in this video, we're actually going to take 25. That's actually the one that Billy swings. Brand new. I'm going to start hitting it till we crack it. Basically what we're going to do. And we're going to use my balls in batting cages, because we're not talking about performance here, right? We're talking about longevity, how long we're going to get life out of the bat before we crack it. So basically we're going to go to D-bat tomorrow, and we're going to hit. I'll put that video out by next Monday of how many swings we get on. And here's the deal, guys. I've been thinking about this too, and I'm thinking about doing a Facebook Live on the 27s next week, especially if it gets a little warmer, is doing a Facebook Live video. If we crack it on video, then we crack it on video. I'm actually going to give you guys SKU numbers off the bats too. I think a lot of you guys are actually putting down, when you do these bats, you're actually talking about the numbers on the side of the bat. The Dudleys have those numbers now. I call them SKU numbers because they're so damn long. But I'll be putting those on the bats that we're swinging, and to let you guys know how many swings we get on all these bats. I have 3 of them. We're going to let you know exactly how many swings, and it's going to be me, Billy, Bubba, and a couple other guys are going to be swinging these bats, and we're going to be letting it loose starting tomorrow. And I'll let you guys know next week on how many crack bats we get, and how long they're going to last. That way, you know, we know for sure, you know, what Dudley did here. If they have a defect in a bat, and a lot of guys are just out there talking about theirs cracked, or it really the 10%, and those guys that are in that 10% are actually calling up and they're saying these bats are, guys, it's another thing too. Don't call the bat a piece of shit just because yours cracked. I mean, you don't even know how many of those bats were sold. And every bat manufacturer, like I talked about earlier in the video, is 10%. And then you guys get on there on message boards and talks about how big of a piece of shit bat they are because theirs cracked within 10 swings. I've had bats cracked within 3 swings, and I've never called the bat a piece of shit. You know, I just look at it as being a blim, and then I turn around and talk to people about getting it replaced. Some of them replaced it, some of them haven't. Shit, I've got a freaking mic and Big Cat sitting in there that I had 10 swings on that I cracked the mic and wouldn't do shit about. So, and I never cried about that, and I paid $220 for that bat. It was a platinum. I could show it to you. So it happens. It happens to a lot of people, and then a lot of these guys get on the message board and start ripping everybody because theirs cracked. Take it back to Dudley. Talk them about it. They'll know it's been swung 50 times, you know, like you guys are talking about. But what I wanted to do is just do this update all during the month of March. What I'm going to do is it's going to be reviews. I might get out a couple of question and answer videos in there that I've already done, and then might get some weightlifting videos in there. But March, that's what I'm going to be working out, kind of clean up this problem, let a lot of you guys know that have actually bought this bat that, you know, are they really durable? Or they have blims, they have a problem with it, and they're going to fix it. After I find out with the video, I'm actually contact, if they are cracking early, if I have these ones that I have right now that are cracking early, I'm going to contact Dudley, ask them what are they going to do about it, you know, because they are replacing them. Are they going to fix the problem, or if there is a problem? So I'm going to try to get into it because I know you guys are asking me a lot of questions about it. I really don't know. Like I said, I'm not holding hands with Dudley. I can try to get some information, but I don't think, here's the deal too, guys. I think you would probably get more information out of them than I would, because they're not going to tell me shit. Look what I do. You know, like I wouldn't call them out on that shit. And I told you guys in that last video I did with the Dudleys that I call their ass out if they put out a bat that didn't perform as the one that I did the review on. I told you guys that if you watch my videos. So that's what I'm working on right now, guys. That's going to be what's happening in March. And I will be videotaping every time I swing these bats. I'm going to be videotaping. There's going to be a count on how many swings I get on them. And that's the reason it's going to take me a while, because I got to count every swing on every guy that's going to swing it. We have a tournament this Saturday with the team. That's our first tournament of the year. And it's a GSA tournament that's in San Marcos. They have all of us are going to be there. I will not be playing. My eye is not well. It's not getting, I still have blurred vision. I can hit a little bit, but I cut out, I'll tell you right now to your face, I cut out a lot of my swings that I just hit the ball. And then I put the good swings in there. It's about 50-50, 50, you know, out of 20 swings, 10 of them I hit straight to the ground or fly behind me. And then 10 of them I'll really hit pretty good. So there's just still work that needs to be done there on my eye, but that's another video I'll talk about later. Basically, what I want to do on Saturday, if it's a little warm, I might have those Dudleys out there for the guys to swing them. And then we actually got a shipment of Dudleys. Our coach got a shipment of 20 Dudleys the other day that he's going to give to a lot of our guys on our team. And I'll get their input, because I know they'll be swinging them. I'll get their input on there too, on how long it performs or lasts for them. But I just want to put this video out. This is my monthly March video, my update video. I usually do these every month, but I'm going to keep doing them and let you guys know what I got coming out. And I know a lot of you guys text me and I don't answer because I'm too busy doing shit. I'd rather do these videos. You guys ask me a question, I'll do the video and I'll try to explain what I'm doing and what I'm working. I'm not ignoring you, for one. I've got kid in track now. I'm running all around. It's just I'm too busy to either pick up a phone or answer a text. I'm driving. I don't like texting when I drive. It's just a bunch of shit. I hear what you guys are saying. I hear what you guys are saying about the Dudleys. I'm working on it. I'm going to try to get an answer out there on what's the problem is with the Dudley bats. And then I have the the TPS Hyper Z 2-piece video out next week. When you guys are watching this video, a couple hours later, I'll have the Dudley, the one you guys were talking about the other day, and I hear so much shit about that one. A lot of you guys are saying it's a painted over it's a painted over lift. Don't buy it. Don't buy it. It's a painted over. I heard that so many damn times. But I listen, guys. When you guys send me emails or shit like that, I read them and I'll sit there and think about them for a while. Some of them piss me off, but what can I do about that? Really nothing. But I like putting videos out about them because it's not from one person to the next. Because if you're asking me that question, usually someone else is thinking about the same question, just not asking me. So I'd rather put a video out on it, answer you that way instead of picking up the phone or dialing the phone or whatever, or texting or whatever and talk to you that way. Thanks, guys.